So this anime is called Net-juu no Susume. I'm gonna call this Net-juu from now on. So Net-juu is a romance anime where the romance romance between two characters started from an online game, an MMO. But the gimmick is that the female protagonist plays as a male characters while the male protagonist plays as female characters. They met online and their relationship started there. Not really relationship as not really as in a couple, but by episode 3 they have yet to by episode 3 they have yet to date start dating. Their story is just starting, but their friendship starts from an online game. So it's important to remember that the main gimmick here is an online game. But first, I'm gonna briefly summarize. I'm gonna briefly give a brief review of this anime. So the art quality is mediocre. The color feels cheap. The animation is very basic. The cinematography has nothing that stood out. The dialogues are nothing immersive or very interesting. The comedy is so-so. So that sounds like a bad anime, doesn't it? Yeah, kinda. It's a bad kind. I think it's a very so-so anime. But here's the thing: vanilla romance anime is kinda rare. By vanilla, I mean usually when there is a romance anime in modern anime nowadays, it usually will involve a harem situation or a convoluted a convoluted story where there is love triangles and there is many characters and they have all angsty relationship with each other, something like that. But in this anime, in Net-juu, it is a very straightforward vanilla romance, as in it tells the story between these two characters who will become couple. So don't as I don't as so far I don't expect there will be anything very deep, unlike unlike a more complicated love story, romantic drama story, and that is not really bad. In fact, I kinda welcome it. I think most of the time, love triangle or a situation where there is a male protagonist and many female characters, I don't think I kinda get tired of that formula. And I think sometimes I just want to watch a cute romantic story between two characters. And another thing is that in Net-juu, the characters are all adult. The main female characters are 30 years old, 30 years old plus, I think, and the male characters I don't think they specify his age yet, but I think he's a little old. He's quite old. As in, he's already working. He's already working, not studying. And to be honestly, I think so far I kinda like it, even though everything else is pretty from it's terrible from mediocre. It's either terrible to mediocre. But I kinda like there are a few scenes of them. There are few cute scenes of them, cute romantic scenes, and the musics are pretty good. I think the music is really blend along the cute romantic scenes, and it feels like a guilty pleasure, something you watch to feel something I watch, something I watch. I feel like silly happy. So from what I said so far, it's kind of a bad anime for anyone who is not interested. But to me, who is kind of tired from other formula, I think this vanilla story type is kind of fine. I think the scenes are pretty cute. The main characters, I think, is fairly likable. And to okay, let me get the sum thought of it. Okay, I wanted to talk about the gimmick of this anime is the MMO setting, but The anime and the writers did a very terrible job of using the MMO setting. I think they simply used the MMO setting just to carry the love story instead of using it as a more solid foundation to build a story. There is a lot of details in when they are in the game where can complain all day long about so many details, so many that makes lots of scenes feels very kind of dumb. Like there is a scene uh where the scene where the female main the female protagonist accidentally mumble some some of her thoughts. It's an online anime where they presented it in as in they presented the MMO in the anime as something you communicate by typing. It's just like typical MMO. How do you accidentally type what you thought? That scene kind of doesn't make sense. And I can complain all day long about how many scenes that feels very bad when they use it in an MMO setting. As in, what I concluded from these three episodes is that they really didn't think they didn't really the writers didn't really think through of this MMO setting, and it's kind of a shame because just with a little more thoughts, I think it can be a solid foundation for a romantic story. And what my solution was actually is turn this setting into a VR MMO like the one in Dot Hack, and make it like they communicate using a mic, but they have this advanced voice changing software where your what you said come out as sounds like the characters inside your game, your player characters instead. I discussed this with a friend of mine in my Discord channel, and we think that by making this a VR MMO, the many of the problem can be solved. So what's left is actually the vanilla romance, and it is kind of odd for how bad the anime is. I personally find it charming, cute and charming. Some scenes are pretty heartwarming, and I kind of want to know what's gonna happen next to these two characters. Want to know if they how are they going to hook up later. Yes, I'm not really objective here in this matter. So my conclusion is, if you find yourself liking this vanilla romance type, what you should try and watch it. But if you think that if you watch one or two episodes of it and you think this is you don't like the setting, the basic plot at all, you should definitely drop it because it is it's a really terrible anime. But I personally like it. Okay, and latest.